Welcome to Truck and Travel. I'm Cinnamon. I'm going to go over what we did this week. It was actually a really good week. We had a lot of loads. We actually ended up having 6 loads. Our first load that we started off ended up being in the Columbus, Ohio area. We're in Northwest Ohio originally, so it's not that far from us. Since it picked up a little bit later in the afternoon, we had enough time to get everything ready in the morning. I'm on the night shift, he's on the day shift. So after I woke up, a little after, I think it was like 2 a.m., I got everything meal prepped and ready to go for the week. So I was able to get that all loaded on the truck, and we were able to, after he woke up and made breakfast and stuff, we were able to load up and drive there to pick it up on time. So this load was a short load. It went from the Columbus, Ohio area less than 4 miles down the road to drop off. So, and it's really funny because the place that we pick up, we actually had a couple of loads scheduled this week to see them. So it kind of started off the week right where they loaded it pretty quickly. Sometimes we actually had one time, I think the longest we had to wait at this place was over 24 hours to be loaded, and then another time it was like 10 hours, and so we've had a couple times where, you know, it's taken a long time. So they loaded it pretty quick, which was really awesome, and we had a quick offload too. So this was only 1 pallet, and it was 350 pounds. Door open?
I think so.
Okay.
How was that, a 4-mile ride?
What?
Was that a 4-mile ride? Load?
I think they put 8 miles, but it was less than that.
Oh yeah, it's probably less than 5.
Yeah.
So
That was kind of cool.
we got at least, you know, $5 a mile, right?
Yeah. Definitely.
I'd hope so. Snowing. Still snowing. Isn't it spring?
They actually, around some of the signs that for like the different buildings, they had all these daffodils.
Yeah.
And I asked the guy when he was cutting the seal, I said, did those actually pop up or did they plant those? And he's like, I think they planted them.
Oh.
Like already, you know. Too cold for that.
Yeah. Did you went inside?
No, I'm gonna walk.
Hey, that's a dead end. You can't go anywhere back there. It's a dead end.
After we dropped off our first load, we went ahead and went back to the original place that we picked up from, which was less than 4 miles away.
Cinnamon doing cinnamon stuff, walking up to animals.
Oh no, it's already getting up. Dang it. I wanted to see how close I could get to this goose. Probably not a smart idea though. Hey goose. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I heard they could be mean. I'm gonna chicken out. I'm chickening out because it's a big one, and I thought about I don't have any food or anything, so I don't know what I would do.
No negotiation.
No, and
can't work with terrorists.
yeah, I changed my mind. So we went ahead and checked to see if they had it ready. It wasn't scheduled to pick up until the following day in the morning, but they said they weren't ready and to check back again a little bit after midnight the next day, since they are actually a 24/7 place. So we asked them if it was okay if we parked there overnight, and they said that that would be okay to park the truck there overnight. So we stayed there. In the morning we went ahead and checked. And they did load us a little bit early too. They ended up we ended up getting out of there before our scheduled time to pick up, so that was always awesome. So that was a load that actually picked up and dropped off the same day. So it picked up from the Columbus, Ohio area, and we drove down to the Kentucky area. This was 4 pallets and 600 pounds. So it was a very light load and very, very small, quick load time, quick offload time. And the people in Kentucky were very nice too. It's a place that we like to stop by a lot too. The third load actually picked up from the same place that we just dropped off at in Kentucky. And so it was just on the other side of the building where the receiving area was. So we went ahead and parked the truck real quick, and we ran in to see if it would be okay if we loaded early, if they had it ready. They said they didn't have it ready yet, but they gave us a dock number to go ahead and park at. So we parked there, we had the temperature up, where it was supposed to, and they ended up loading us a couple hours early, which was awesome. So this load was actually going from Kentucky to Kansas. So picking up in Kentucky the next morning, dropping off in Kansas. And this was one pallet, and it was 105 pounds. So very small, quick loading time, temperature got right back up. It's always nice during the winter time when it's kind of cold outside and it almost matches the temperature that your box is supposed to be in because then you can go ahead and the temperature returns back of the box returns back to where it's supposed to be very quickly, and that makes you be able to take off sooner. So when we got to Kansas, we went ahead and parked there overnight. It's a place that we looked on Google Maps, and there's no gate there or anything, and we have been there before. And I do recall the last time we were there, Darrick was joking around with the person who was offloading with them. They were talking about the Browns and Kansas City Chiefs, and it was just a really funny exchange. And so when I saw him, I recognized him, and he was very nice. And actually our next load was picking up in the same spot. So I made sure that when I went to go talk to him about offloading, that I told him right away, hey, we're actually picking up a load, from you guys next. So I just wanted to see if that load was ready or let you know that we're already here and stuff. And he's like, okay. So we went ahead and he offloaded that, the 1 pallet very quickly. And we went ahead and shut the doors and got back in range pretty quick too. So the 4th load picked up from the same place in Kansas, and they actually already had it ready. So right away they went ahead and got us loaded. So picked up from Kansas, and then we drove to Missouri to drop it off. And we were I was kind of joking around with them because the place that we were going to is actually a place that we're familiar with in Missouri. We've been there plenty of times before too. And it's a place that requires a lift gate. But this load was 1 box, not even a pallet, just 1 box, and it was less than 5 pounds. Like, I literally picked it up and put it down, and I went ahead and put a strap over the top and over, like, against it, so it would hold it against the bar first and then over the top. And the guy was laughing because he was like, "You're gonna strap that thing?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know what's in it, and gotta make sure that thing's secure," so we were kind of laughing about it because loading time obviously took like no time at all. So, and I actually heard them talking, and they're like, "I wonder why they got a truck just for this tiny box." And this box actually ended up being the smallest box or smallest load, I guess you could say, that we've ever delivered, less than 5 pounds. So when we got to the place, I didn't have to use the lift gate. We just parked and was able to, he watched us cut the seal, open the doors, jumped in there and got the box and handed it to him. And he was even like, I wonder why they ordered such a big box for this. So we were kind of laughing about that too. It was just very humorous. So that offloading took barely any time at all. So that was the 4th load that we had for the week. This 5th load was actually picking up in Ohio, in the Columbus area, the one place that we've already talked about that usually kind of takes a long time. They were very quick about it, and funny thing is that the load was actually dropping off, I think it's like 0.2 miles down the road, so not even a mile away. And this one was actually 6 pallets, 2,500 pounds, which was it's funny to say this, that it's one of our heavier loads, because usually when you think of truckloads and everything, you think like 48,000 pounds or, like I remember during our hotshot days when we'd look on the load board and stuff, we'd be like, oh my gosh, that's so much weight. So I'm sure some of you guys think, you know, that's like nothing, but it was ended up being our heaviest load for the week. So it was 2,500 pounds. And so we left there, got to the drop off, which was also in the Columbus, Ohio area. And they were pretty quick about it. I did make sure, and something to always make sure is that you check over the paperwork when they hand it to you before they run away. Because this was a place where we weren't allowed in to offload. So when they're out there, you have to make sure you ask all your questions and everything while they're in front of you. And they actually didn't sign it. You know, he was just going to hand me the paperwork back, and I said, can you sign this? You know, because I have to put in the computer when we're doing our departure who signed for it. And so he went ahead and signed it and stuff. And so after we left there, we were on our way to our next load. The 6th load was actually picking up in Kentucky. So after we left Columbus, Ohio area, a little bit after we left, Darrick and I went ahead and switched while we were still in Ohio, and he got us the rest of the way to Kentucky. So the place in Kentucky that we were picking up in was the place in Kentucky that we picked up from earlier during the week. And so talked to the same guy, and he's actually, he's always told us, you know, hey, if you're here early, that's completely okay. Just check in and ask and see if we have it ready. So Darrick got there early.
Thank you for coming early.
Hey, no problem.
I'm sorry you had to wait so long.
That's all right.
My goal would be to get you out earlier, but he was the impromptu truck they sent the day of, and I've had the internationals going out the. It's killing me. I'm tired. I haven't stopped and gone, so I'm ready for you.
Okay, go ahead and open up.
Yeah, it's one wee little pallet.
Okay, we'll go ahead.
Not even a knee knocker. In between knee and ankle.
Okay, thank you, sir. Hey, Cinnamon. Hey, Cinnamon. They're ready.
What? But he went ahead and loaded us, and this load was only one pallet, and it was 173 pounds. So quick loading time, didn't take long at all. Temperature got back up to where it was supposed to be. And this load was dropping off, going back to the Columbus area.
Door 37 to the driver's door.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
That was our 6th load. It was a great week because everything was so fast. It was very slow, or very small loads, quick loading time, quick offloading time, transitioning, and it actually made the week go by very fast. So we were very happy about that. And it was a very windy week, all week.
If you're interested in doing what we do and driving one of these trucks for a living,